It's finally here. What's up, guys? Adam here. Welcome to the Create a Club Career Mode with Nobz FC Episode 1 on FIFA 21. Now, I teased it. I showed you Episode 0. I asked you guys to vote for all the things, and we finally have an answer as to which league we're playing in, who's our manager, and what type of career mode this is going to be. I gave it 24 hours and a little bit more. I checked all the polls. Some people said they didn't care. Some people wanted me in this league. Some people wanted me in that league. But at the end of the day, the majority did win. So before we get into all that, the crest is not a lion. I don't know why I said lion. I was toying around with a couple different animals, and in the end, I decided to go with a leopard. I think it looked a lot better. So let's go with you leopards. I knew that, but my lack of sleep just didn't help me on that one. So sorry if I seemed like an idiot. But we're going to be taking on Nobz FC in English League 2. Now, I was actually really happy about that. That's the league I wanted. I know a bunch of career mode YouTubers do it in England, but it's just the league that makes the most sense because we can build a team from the beginning and start from absolutely nothing and hopefully one day become one of the biggest clubs in the world of football, in European football. Honestly, it doesn't really matter what league we started in, but like I said, League 2 was the way to go for me. You guys voted, obviously, for Olof Lofgren, but for those of you who knew about Alberto Ricci, thank you for voting for him. Maybe he's gonna have a part in this series, maybe one of the scouts. Same thing with Valente. Obviously, the more known one is Olof Lofgren right now. So Olof Lofgren is the coach, and I'm gonna be showing him to you. And the type of career, surprisingly, I thought it was going to be full youth academy, but a lot of people actually voted a couple of real players, mostly youth, and honestly, I'm actually really okay with that. But the players that we sign are not going to be all these players that every single player signs. For those of you who know the way I do my career modes, I want to keep it as realistic as possible, and going and sign some guy with the highest of potential just because he has the highest of potential was never my way to go. So it's going to be my way to go in this. So a couple of real players, but I think that the youth is going to outweigh the real players, and we could put like an amount of players we can sign per season, but we also don't have the most of money that you guys are going to see, so we need to be smart about it. We need to hire some scouts. We need to hire even some scouts because I sacked everybody. We don't have any youth scouts. We don't have any scouts to scout some players, so we need to spend our budget accordingly. Well, there's how Olof Lofgren looks in maybe a couple of years time after he does retire. I tried to make him look as much as himself as possible. Newly appointed Lofgren has taken up the reins at Nobz FC, and just to make things even harder for myself, I'm going to be playing on ultimate difficulty. You guys know my feelings. For those of you who know, you know my feelings on ultimate difficulty, esports, speed hack difficulty, but I don't care. We're going to be using it ultimate difficulty just to make it even harder for ourselves to like push forward in this series. Competitor mode is obviously going to be off, and we do have absolutely no sliders on in this series. Here's how the squad's looking, boys. I kept, I think, maybe one or two players from the team that I actually saved over. It was Spal in the rest of the world. So we have everybody in the 50s. We have nobody over 60, and who knows if these players are going to be here for the rest of the season. So even guys like this, we really need to like look out for. Contract is expiring in 12 months. We don't have the most of money. Should we be, you know, extending some contracts? Should we be focusing on maybe bringing in some players on loan? Should we be focusing on maybe signing some free agents? All gonna come throughout these episodes, just running through the squad. We have a couple of very, very old players, but it makes sense. These players were just thrown together because a new club came into the picture, and I haven't decided which town and city we're from in England, but we're just an English club right now. I need you guys to help me out. You guys can write some stories in the comments down below. You guys can maybe write some stories for some of these players. We actually do have a Canadian in the side. For most of you who don't know, I actually am Canadian, so that's great for me, but we're gonna do some scouting. These players, if they turn out to be something big, maybe we can end up keeping them. Maybe they can become something, but you never know for now. As you can see, all the players had to take a pay cut. I went ahead and adjusted the wages because it didn't make sense that maybe some of the players were making 4K down in League 2 per week. So everybody's on the same base wage. And he generated academy players that I actually am putting on some development plans. And Tomohiro Nishimura looks fantastic. He really does look fantastic. Not the biggest of potential, but I'm putting his development plan on a central midfielder because I think he might thrive there instead of maybe being a defensive midfielder. So that's why I did put his development plan on that. We also do have Patrice Baua. I'm putting him on a wide back for 8 weeks. And let's see what this guy can become. And we do have Mustafa and Dion. Maybe these guys are going to need to get sold on once promoted to make up some transfer budget. And I'm also playing on loose financial difficulty or whatever you want to call it, because I chose strict last time and it did some weird things in the career mode. And also, to make things even harder for myself, I want as much difficulty as possible in this series because I don't want to get to the Premier League within 4 seasons. I don't think that makes any sense. Maybe 5, 6, but I'm gonna play every single drill one time. If I get a D, it stays a D for the rest of the season. If I get an A, it stays an A for the rest of the season. So I'm gonna be showing you the drills right now just to get a little bit more into it. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing a lot of games in this episode, but we're gonna be doing some behind the scenes. Let's play the drills. Let's make it harder for myself, like I've said 1,000 times. All right, that was easy. Got an A. So we got an A. So inside the zone dribbling, that's gonna be one we're gonna have to use to put these players' sharpnesses up throughout the entire season. This defending scenario starts easy and then just seems to get so hard. Like, how am I supposed to see what I'm doing if the camera's not even panned on the freaking players? Yes, let's go. That's 2 A's in a row. Can we get a third on this next drill? Extreme hot potato. This one I think is going to be easy to get an A unless the passes are absolutely terrible. I got a freaking D. I got intercepted once and I got a freaking D. That's only going to be 2 sharpness. Can change it throughout the season. Like I said, I also haven't told you what formation Lofgren wants to play with this side. He wants to play a 4-3-3. This is the formation that he always wanted to play, but the manager, Adam Nobili, in his time at Milan was just not a good manager, apparently. Even though they won all kinds of trophies together, he didn't want to play the 4-3-3. But this is the formation that I've always liked to play. I think it works best with the way that I play. We have 3 up top, 3 in the midfield, 4 at the back. And that striker is going to get in behind. The 2 wingers are going to cut in. The defensive midfielder is going to play like a regista. He's always going to drop in between the defenders. And we do have the left and right backs who are going to make overlapping runs, as well as one midfielder always getting forward, and another one is going to be like a free roaming midfielder. I think that works best for me, and I don't know if I want to play pressure on heavy touch. I'm gonna go with balance because pressure on heavy touch just makes you tired for absolutely no reason. I like Demba Thiam. He has a real face, so maybe this guy could become something. 22 years old, he does have some room to grow, so we're gonna put him on a goalkeeper growth, and that's actually gonna make him go up in about 12 weeks. And we're just gonna put development plans on all these players. At the beginning of FIFA, I was always putting the players on balanced, and I think it works a lot better when you put players on development plans. You check the estimated time of achievement or arrival, and you check the shortest one, and that's what I like to put my players on. So if there's like 6 weeks, I'll put the first one I see. If there's like 14 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, I'll put the lowest one just to get those stats up. So I've showed you all that. I've showed you the training. Now let's see how much money we're working with for this season. We've only been gifted about 125k. If you adjust it, I think this is reasonable enough for a League 2 side. Now we need to use it like wisely. Do we need to use it on signing players, signing free agents, getting some loans in, or should we use it as the youth academy? And the youth academy, I already put in the scouts. I already did pay for them, so that's what you're looking at. The profit, you can see it's minus whatever. I did some firing of some scouts so we can get this all right, but that's irrelevant, the profit, because I just showed how much money we have. Let's take a look at our youth scouts. We do have a couple of players that Olof Lofgren has played with. I know they're all Italian. I didn't mean to make it that way, but these were like the more relevant players from my old series. So we have Alberto Ricci, Italian, Paolo Valente, Italian, Ivan Pellegrini, Italian. I guess they all retired and became scouts. We're going to be sending these scouts out 1000% because, like I said, I want to have the youth be a massive factor in this. So yeah, like I said, I'm making it really hard for myself. And as you see right now, we have about like 100k to spend, but if you want to go to England, it's about like 72k. See, these are things that we're gonna have to think of. Obviously, we're a new team. We don't have the biggest of budgets. We're not sponsored by anybody. So this is the reason we don't have that much money. So maybe we can go start off in like some Asian countries. We could also go to Australia, Oceania. Maybe we should start with that because it's the cheapest and I think it could yield some decent players. So we're going to start in Australia. We're going to look for any type of player just for now. I can maybe do physically strong, but I'm just going to do this for now. We're going to go into Asia. We're going to look in Korea. Korea has had some big players, even Japan. We also do have a Japanese player right now in the academy. I know we could look for some English players, but that's going to happen down the line. And I'm also going to even make it a little bit harder on myself by only signing one player per report. As you guys know that I do from every single one of my career modes. Korea, 3 months, 12K. That's going to be where our scouts are going. So they're all going to be next to each other. And hopefully we can get ourselves some players as we're left with like 64,000 transfer budget. Maybe we need to start off right away by selling one of these academy players and trying to get some funds. Or we can maybe look to sell one of our bigger players in the club. We do have Tunjov, whatever you want to call him. He might have some potential on him, but if we could get like 300 something K for him, or even Al-Bushi, he's a little bit older, he's an attacking midfielder, maybe we could put a couple guys on the transfer list. We did bring in some players from the youth academy. Maybe these guys should go out first instead of the academy players. These are things, like I said, we're gonna have to take a look at. And he has 4 years left on his contract. Let's see if we add him to the transfer list, see if somebody would actually like to come pick him up. Also, don't be scared to let me know what countries we could go ahead and scout for this series. Obviously, if you're a channel member, I'm gonna take a little bit more advice from you in the scouting department. So I'll probably have like some community posts up on the community tab for you guys. I know there's a couple of channel members already, so you guys can help me out with that, and maybe some extra things for you, like maybe changing some of the names of the players, editing some of the players. For now, I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm really having a rough time here on this training session. Fantastic. I get an F. I get an F. Amazing. I clearly blocked it. That's gonna be a C. So we got an F and a C. Come on. Let's get something better than a C or an F. That was terrible defending, and we get a C. And as you can see, we have no scouts in the global transfer network. So if we need to scout some players on the short list, we have none. So I think we should go ahead and at least sign one of them. It's going to take about 17K from our budget, but we need it, experience and judgment. So it's going to take long to scout these players that I'm going to be trying to maybe sign from the free agents, signing throughout it, but we can upgrade him. We can obviously buy new ones. I think this is the way to go. We need at least one, so I need to pick and choose which players I need to scout. This has to be the world's worst drill. Okay, it's at least a C. This is the drill I'm talking about. Time through ball is the worst drill in the history of existence. There's zero chance I get more than like an F on this one. How did he not score that? Or maybe a C. If he touches this down and scores. Come on, score. You suck. We keep getting transfer offers for Demba Thiam. I think maybe I should just go ahead and accept this. I have no idea how he plays, but I rejected one because, I don't know, maybe we should just go ahead and accept this offer for Demba Thiam. Let's see if we can negotiate a little bit more money for him. Then that would just be very good for us as we can get some more transfer budget. I don't want to go a little bit more because maybe they're going to get turned off by it, but this is actually a really good piece of business for us. If it does go through, we're going to get some money to maybe fund a little bit more in the club, and hopefully we can get him gone. And then we do have only one goalkeeper on our hands. It's Odunze, the United States goalkeeper. First player's been sold, Demba Thiam, 360K. Board allocated us 275,000 for his sale. I very much doubt that there'd be this many people at a League 2 press conference, but Olof Lofgren has himself his first press conference as a manager, just trying to hype everybody up, get everybody happy for the first game of the season. And we're only gonna play one game this episode, so I can show you like the episodic challenges. But let's first go ahead and take a look at our monthly scouting updates and see what they've brought us back. We only got one player from Australia, and it's Ronnie Gregory. Fantastic name, 41 to 55 overall, 70 to 94 potential with a one-star scout. Whoever's there, I think it's Alberto Ricci, I guess, has an eye for these players. Let's sign him up. Paolo Valente has brought us back Kaito Mori, 36 to 50 overall, 50 to 70 potential, 5'8", left-footed. We're going to sign him up because we need some depth in the side, and maybe we can get rid of some players. And we do have Pyeongchul Gil, 39 to 53 overall with a potential of 69 to 94. That might not be his best position. Let's sign this guy up. Obviously cannot promote him just yet. Let's go take a look at these guys. I'm excited to see what they can bring. It says he's a left back, but I think he's more of like a central midfielder, Pyeongchul Gil. Let's go ahead and put his development plan as a central midfielder. His passing is there, his dribbling is there. I think this could work out for him as well. Let's put him on that. And we have Kaito Mori, who is apparently a winger. He has some better dribbling, so I think he's better as a winger. Let's put him as a wide winger for right now. Let's try and get that overall up and promote these guys who are eligible into the first team. Tomohiro Nishimura is going to be promoted to the senior team because he's ready and available. Ronnie Gregory as well, and we do have Kaito Mori, so we can maybe try and sell on some of our real players in the side and make way for these academy players. Like I said, I want them to maybe outweigh the amount of real players we have in the side. They got Barrow in our first match of the season. I really don't know anything about the English League of Football, so you guys need to maybe let me know some of it. But the situation for this match, usually I put it for 4 games. We're going to probably play 4 games per episode. If we somehow manage to score 2 goals, we can go ahead and randomize one of the players in the side and upgrade his overall by 1. That means his potential is also going to go up by 1. But you guys need to let me know some situations in the comments down below. I'm obviously heavily influenced by the YouTuber Cutsy. Obviously, you guys know that. I've said it many times, and this is like a take on the scenarios. But I'm going to maybe put a little bit of my twist on it. Just wanted to shout him out because fantastic YouTuber. That's where I'm drawing inspiration from with these situations. Let's get into the first league match of the season against Barrow. Like I said, I want the academy players to maybe outweigh the real players in the side, so that's why they're all starting. We have Mori starting, Endion on that right hand side, even though I'm training him as a left winger. He's just better as a winger. We also do have Nishimura in the side, and at the back we do have Bawa. I can't remember for the life of me his name, but he has some decent aggression on him, and who knows what these players can become. Who knows who's gonna stay from the first game of the season. I'm also going to be making a document and showing every single stat of every single player. I'm going to update it after every single episode, and you're going to be able to see it always in the description. First game at Nobz Park, first home game, first match for Nobz FC. Let's get into it. As you can see, all the banners. You can see the players walking out of the dressing room. Obviously don't have the biggest of stadiums to start off. Only holds about 9,000 fans. But we all have to start somewhere. And we have a couple of players in here from our academy. And I'm going to need to learn their names. But there's Nishimura, or I have absolutely no idea what his name is. But I really do like the white, green, and gold theme we have going. Black, green, and gold theme we have going. Tomohiro Nishimura, then we do have Mori with the number 9, and Dion, and we do have Ronnie Gregory in goal. Are these players going to be here from the beginning of the season all the way up until the end? We'll never know until we play this game. Like I said, only 1 game in this episode, so hopefully gonna try to put as many highlights as possible, and hopefully we don't get embarrassed in our first game. It's going to be a tough one, but let's see if we can score ourselves 2 goals, get that situation. But I'm sure it's going to be tough, guys. Watch the ball. That's a good save by Ronnie Gregory. But I tried to get a challenge. The classic Adam move, going in for a sliding challenge. And this is how we might concede our first goal. Ronnie Gregory has to face a penalty. And Atwal, the free agent we needed to sign, just picking himself up a yellow card. Ronnie Gregory to save his first penalty, his first attempt. He hits off the bar. Get this away. Let's go, boys. Nobz FC, don't concede. Nice, guys. I just feel I play better with the 4-3-3. As I'm saying that, we concede. Nothing we can do about that. It was always going to be a tough test. And we concede the first goal of the season. 1-0 down. We're smart here. No stupidities. Keep a cool head. And don't give away another penalty. And he just walks the ball out of play. Atwal. Oh, Maron. This is how we have to start. This is how we have to start. But we can only go up from here, right? The save by Gregory. Palin. Nishimura. I think that's his name, Nishimura, right? He's gonna send it wide to Endion, right back into Nishimura. Nishimura just inside the box, looking to get a shot off. He does very, very well, Nishimura. Looking like a decent little player there for like 40-something rated. Get on that, put the pressure. Goalkeeper completely messes up. Completely messes up. It's to be expected down in League 2. Not everybody's perfect. That's a good ball. And a header by Sundaram. That does go wide. Olaf on the sideline, pushing everybody. Nice. Tunjov, whatever you want to call him, the Estonian. Good little bit of play here. Give him an option. Give Tunjov an option. Nice ball to Bua. The academy right back. He's doing so well here. Let's just hit a shot. Just drags it across goal. Palin with a good challenge. Taking it a little bit wide. Good touch. No, not a good touch by Endion. Trying to score a bicycle kick. Wouldn't that be something? The first goal as a football club with a goddamn bicycle kick. Nishimura, nicely done by Nishimura. Using a bit of skill here, doesn't really have much. Trying to take it around. No. We had a bit of momentum going into the second half, and now it's just all Barrow. That's crossed in. Quigley gets to it. Get there, Nishimura. Doesn't. That's nice. Nishimura now sends it forward. Not a good ball. Not a good ball. But he makes do with it, Tunjov. Forward. Good passing this. Good passing this. That is Endion on the right-hand side. We just get caught. But he makes do with it. And then he just runs into him. Nishimura is having to do everything here. That's what I call a regista. That's what I call a regista. Tunjov. Someone. Help him out. That's a good ball. Raghavan. First appearances for Colin. And I have absolutely no idea in defense. But the Canadian coming on. Let's see what he's made of. Out of the free agents, obviously. He was there with... No. Fantastic. First touch of the ball for the defender. And he gives it straight to Barrow. Baker Richardson. Nice pass. Gregory. Come on, man. That's 2-0 Barrow. We have at least something. I don't think it's going to come in our first match, boys. In front of our own fans. Couldn't even get a goal. We had a bit of a good spell of attacking before the end of the first half, but we lost all momentum when they scored that second goal. Lofgren, managerial debut, going to be picking up a loss. That's not how you want to start, boys. Tomohiro Nishimura with a 7.4, the man of the match on our side. Obviously, not going to be the man of the match, but he had himself a very good first game out of the academy. Looks very promising. Unfortunately, no upgrades because of our situation, the challenge from the first episode, but I need you guys to let me know in the comments. I'm going to be keeping a lot of them, try to make them, you know, realistic. Not if we score 10 goals in 4 games, upgrade a guy to the same rating as Messi, but try to make them as normal as possible. I'm going to think of some on my own. That is going to be how we end off. We got some profit for selling one of our players. What do you think we should invest in? Maybe a big free agent to start off? Do you think we should, I don't know, should we maybe make some loans? Obviously, I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to want as much feedback as possible from you guys, but just really wanted to start it. I can't wait to just bring more of this, and let me know, do you think it's too hard with the things of the training? Do you think it's too hard with the amount of money? But it's normal to me. It makes sense. We're a new club. If you guys have enjoyed, you can leave me a like down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.